Well, hello there and welcome to another how-to guide. It's been a while since I've done a how-to guide, and today we're going to be working on a tram tunnel. I've built several tram tunnels already in my city. Today we're going to be converting this avenue all the way over to the sunken tram area, and this will allow trams to bypass some of the congestion that I've been recently seeing on Sloop John Island's tram system. We're gonna have a tunnel entrance right here, and it's gonna connect right to that tram line, and I think it's really gonna work out well. Today we're going to be using LRT Avenue by Tysk, and Tysk also gives a lot of credit to Kloos. Here you see some mods I highly recommend. You probably already have those, so let's get started. We're just going to, first off, convert this avenue over to the LRT avenue. And there's several different options on here. There's A, B, and C. There's also an LRT avenue that is separate from these, all by Tysk. We're going to add a node there because this little portion we're going to convert over to the B option, which has nothing in the middle. You see the blue manta there in the middle. That will allow us to connect a tram line, and there are lots of good tram lines out there that have rendered tunnels. This one here, I believe, is a Kloos one as well. We're just going to run it underground, and that's kind of what it's going to look like when you're done. Now we are screwing some things up and making a glitch. I'm using network skins to get rid of those trees because they kind of are too close to the tram entrance there. And we'll also get rid of that light pole. So this is about what you should be seeing whenever you are complete with this part. Now I'm going to use Move It and get some of these buildings out of the way. These buildings, I was kind of playing around with some zoning, and these buildings just kind of spawned a long time ago. I never tore them down, so we are going to move those, and then we're going to get rid of this gigantic wall here, which we will reconnect around this tram tunnel. I also have a slope network here that is grass, and we'll get rid of that for a second. Now, you're going to want to connect your tram line. See, I made that a little bit too long, so we're going to use Move It to move that node back. And we're just going to connect it just like so. And what I will advise you is don't freak out when you first do this. It's a lot of trial and error. You're going to be doing a lot of adjusting to the heights, adjusting to the angles that the tram line is using. And using Move It, you can adjust underground. So that is what I'm doing here. And there we go. Looks nice and straight. And if you come in at an angle, you can also see how that looks slope wise, and it looks good, nice and straight. So now we are going to just adjust these walls and get them kind of set up. These walls are the retaining walls that I use all the way down this little sunken tram station area. And we are just going to bring those out right over about right here, sink them in, and you can see how they're just kind of going underground. Using Move It, we'll just hit the page down button, get those sunken. And now we'll do the same to this wall. Alright, so we got our walls in place. Those look nice and even. Now we're just going to use some prop fences to kind of cover this up. We don't want any Sims walking down here and getting ran over by a tram. That would not be good. Alright, so now we can throw in some bushes around this tram tunnel entrance on this side. We're not going to make too much of an effort trying to make this look pretty. It's not really all that well seen. We'll just kind of cover it up with some bushes here. And just a few there for good measure. And now we're going to do the same thing to the other side just to kind of cover up that fence. That will also serve as a background for what we're about to do here. Now this created somewhat of a little hill, and you might not have that same effect on your map. It might not have the same elevation. This can end up being a very straight slope for you, and that's fine. Or you might have something that does have a couple of different elevations. So SJI for Sloop John Island. Threw down some ploppable grass for the background for this, and we're just going to kind of surround it by some bushes. That looks nice. And just keep in mind you will have to do some adjusting here or there, but it's a pretty simple process, a great asset, and a great way to make a cool looking tram in your city. Well, that about does it for this how-to guide. It was a quick one. Hope you're paying attention. If you like my content, please hit that like button. Subscribe to my channel for more ridiculous content. We will see you next time. This is a prelude for episode 20 of my Cities with John series. If you haven't checked that out, please give it a view. It is a long downtown series that we are just slowly but surely finishing downtown Sloop John Island. But I think this tunnel really adds a lot and looks really good. Well, I appreciate you watching. We will see you next time. I'm This Old Gamer. Bye-bye.